Alright, welcome back to Slay the Princess, everybody. Last episode we took the princess outside, actually, after she tried to bite through her arm to get free. That was kind of crazy. Anyway, let's get back into it.
On a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
We've explored all these options, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they changed anything during the run. But, I guess we haven't explored all of them. Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Thanks, narrator man. Okay.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is
almost
entirely bare.
Like, follow the narrator as closely as possible without slaying her. Try that.
Layer of dust. The only furniture of note
We'll try that.
is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay, we shall take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
True. Entering the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Yeah, her voice definitely changes. Last time we didn't take the knife, right? Her voice was definitely a lot softer.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay, let's just continue down the stairs.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Mayhaps, mayhaps. I don't know about stealing my nerves. No way, right? Well, let's quick save. Quick save.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
That's a tough guy act, buddy.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Oh, you just straight up slay her right there. Explore. Let's say, what if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us?
You go into this expecting to die, you're going to die.
Okay.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Oh. Squint at the princess while holding the blade.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back.
Okay.
The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Squint at the princess even harder.
You squint even harder.
Hmm.
So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. Eventually, someone is going to have
It
to
won't be me.
blink.
Won't be me. What? Alright. We'll drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
Okay.
So
Keep in
here
mind.
we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Oh.
She was just threatening us a second ago. Am I the only one here unnerved by that perfect little laugh? I'll take that as a sign that you're finally coming around to reason.
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm down here, or how I got here. I was kind of hoping you might be able to shed some light on the whole situation.
What's your name?
She
I don't remember
hesitates before
if we-
answering.
Asked her.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty.
Right,
Any
right.
honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
I'm here. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Oh, my fault.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
You said you could be dangerous. That's why I dropped my knife. I was hoping you'd tell me that.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her.
Suppose so. Okay, thanks, Hero.
She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of
Okay,
the
the same
day,
can be said about
whatever
anybody,
the two of
narrator.
us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a
So,
point.
suppose so.
There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
Yeah, I guess.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you?
True.
What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
Very true.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Okay, narrator, how's your word worth more than hers? Like, I don't even know you, man.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending
I
the
don't
world?
like it when you talk like
Or do you
that.
trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Hmm. Hmm. No, we're not gonna slay the princess. No, no, no.
Oh, you have to be kidding
That's
me.
like the danger button. It's
You
like the
walk up
danger
to a chair
button.
large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
I do not have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Hmm. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas?
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
I mean, I could, but
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way
Crazy.
out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
yeah, none of these options are gonna work.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Dude,
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
you're so crazy.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Alright, we're saving you.
Against
Oh
your better
no, not
you
again.
place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive
Not
unwieldy
again.
chain.
Oh my
Cut
gosh.
into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick
It's
work
so
of it.
brutal.
Before
And she
long,
just
you're able to
does
crack
not
the bone.
care. She just
pulls
does
the
not
bleeding
care.
stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Oh my gosh, look at her crazy eyes, bro.
Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just
Curse
can't
you,
let her
narrator
escape into
man.
the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Board her!
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can
What a
connect.
dodge, what a dodge.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
I refuse.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Oh, different. It's different.
I'll make this quick.
Thank you. Thank you. You said it last time,
Steps
by the way.
forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
I'm sure you will.
Then she slits
Dang!
your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains
No.
unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
This is brutal. This is so different from last time.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
Might be.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a
Again.
cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
What they say. Proceeding to the cabin once again.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
It's funny.
No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess. The interior of the cabin is
Oh
less
my.
a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon.
Yeah, this is
A
definitely
few
a dungeon.
pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Taking the blade, I suppose.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone.
True. But you also didn't say anything about the mirror.
He definitely did not. Does the mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. I think you know what we have to do.
Alright. I want to look at myself. I want to see how
Let's not
handsome I
get caught
am.
up in vanity, but we should definitely take a closer look. Whatever it is, he must not want us to know about it.
True.
Is this some sort of rehearsed bit? Use your eyes. There is no mirror.
The mirror
Why
right
would
there.
I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do? You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago.
There it goes.
And now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Maybe.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Of course, it's like the whole game. But yeah, I like it. It's very interesting how they change up the design for every different route. Very interesting. And very pretty.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Were we not the first?
Yeah, are we not?
You walk down the stairs and lock
she
eyes
is
with the princess.
chained up.
She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she
Why
moves.
is there an extra one?
The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Probably.
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
Hey, that's what I said.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
True. Let's quick save. I want to try these options. I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just gonna leave her here.
As if by divine will, just as you finish the thought, you hear a door slam.
Okay.
I'm afraid you won't be leaving until the task is finished. It doesn't matter how many chains she's in, without your intervention, she'll find a way out eventually. That's not fair.
True.
Unless you deal with her right here, right now, she will remain an existential threat to the entire world. What seems unfair to you is fair for everyone else. Huh. So it's not even safe to think. I see how it is.
How surprising. They locked you down here too.
True. Let's sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close,
design.
holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sir. Why don't we sit closer?
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
No?
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her
Oh
chains
my.
clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck.
Oh my
Both of you drop to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly. Metal
She
chains
just...
constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
Yo, what a savage.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her. I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted her if the roles were reversed? I don't know. How about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're not being strangled?
I'd like that too.
How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while
I mean,
strangulation
she
can
was
be
to be
very
trusted,
distracting,
right?
she's
We
not
kinda,
armed,
like,
and you have your pristine
didn't
blade. End her before she ends
listen
you.
to her. Nah, we're not slaying the princess. We'll drop it. We'll drop it.
As your weapon falls
You got me.
pathetically
You got
to
me.
the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick. Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
Oh my.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
No.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat.
What is she doing?
You can stay right where you are for this next part.
No, please don't.
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
No. Ah. Yo. How can we watch this?
You close your eyes. That doesn't stop you from hearing every
No.
grisly detail. The splitting of skin, the wet mulching of severed veins, the grinding of metal against bone. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that? Huh. So that's her play.
What's her play, skeptic?
Killing herself? We don't know that she's dead yet. We're not even watching it happen. She could just be faking those sounds.
How could she be faking the? Oh my god.
And then, finally, you hear a snap and an uneasy silence. There is a slow and fleshy tear. Hard to fake that.
Ew.
This is worse than watching.
I don't know about that one.
And yet our eyes are still closed. Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly head-sized
Of course.
bouncing against the floor, and the clattering of chains as they drop along with it. I think you can open your eyes now.
Oh my
no,
god.
what did we do? Can we put it back, please?
Can we put
Tell
it
me we
back?
can put it back.
Where'd the knife go? Where'd the knife go?
The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Oh my.
Are you sure she's not winking at us? Obviously not. She is thoroughly deceased.
Oh my god.
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward. We should take her with us, don't you think?
Weird.
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell,
Our
we could
victory?
even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
She did save the world.
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave. Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
True.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things. The danger has passed. You can
She
relax.
just cut her head off.
I'm just keeping
No
myself
hesitation.
sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down. I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
Guess we're saving. Should we take her with us? It's weird not to. Oh my god.
Fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin. Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved. She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Okay, guess we're leaving.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Okay.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone? But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you.
Yeah?
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Such is life. Forehead. Forehead. We could never go very far with her. But you do not get a chance to respond. Nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
Nope, don't try.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's gonna be okay. Trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
I'll see you guys on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
Okay. If you say so.
Don't worry, guys.
We'll trust you.
This is nicer. This is nicer instead of just, end for you guys.
Feels too good to be true.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. Oh my. We have not grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction.
Oh
A
my.
mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
How can you stand to be a contradiction? I don't think she can she?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
Not particularly. I just want it all to stop.
It will, in time. But you still have a ways to go before we are done. Know that I hold no malice for you.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart.
Protected herself? I guess.
Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Okay. I guess I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Let's go back. What if we just leave the basement?
Fine, but if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel
Okay.
exposed without it. With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here. The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago,
certainly not
the only
helpful
thing
at
in front
all.
of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows. But if everything's gone, does that mean we're
That's
not
all you
gonna
care
get
about
our
here?
reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it.
Oh my.
Okay.
Well,
This is what's
weird.
best for everyone.
This is
Trust me.
weird.
Like hell it is.
You know, I was kind of hoping we'd get a better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No, this is the beginning of eternity. Your reward, like I just told you.
Who is this guy?
Time
What is
passes.
wrong with him?
You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
What is wrong with him? Slay yourself. Didn't you hear the narrator? What do you suggest then? What could you possibly
Still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
and start over?
He's
Okay.
suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
This is not bliss. I'm being straight real with you. What happens? What happens if we stay?
That's great. Congratulations. You've earned it. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning.
This guy's weird.
He's just saying things. The voice's protestations fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Yeah, good idea. We did it.
No, you
We
stop that.
saved
Stop all this
everyone.
nonsense. You really don't want to be happy, do you? You know what you have to do.
Give the blade to the voice of the skeptic? But I liked being happy. Are you really gonna take it away from me?
That wasn't real happiness. The truth is still out there for us to find, but we can't find it here.
What if we give the blade to the skeptic?
Alright. I'll make this quick. You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
You're weird, narrator. You're just a weird guy. Why is this good? Why would you like this?
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
Yeah, true.
I don't have to answer that. That's all we needed to hear.
The skeptic guy is on something, bro.
Damn.
Oh my
Fine.
god.
The little voice raises the pristine blade to your throat and cuts it open. You rapidly bleed out and then you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
I know.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Okay, chapter 3 is crazy.
You're on a path in the woods. See, that wasn't so bad. And now we've got another chance to get to the bottom of things.
Whoa, what the
Bit by bit, we're
What's
starting to
happening?
unravel this place.
Where are we?
There are so many more threads to pull once you stop feeling.
Okay. I don't like the voice of the cold.
That's a little dark, buddy. You feeling okay? I'm feeling nothing. And I like that just fine. He's not wrong. Sentimentality won't help us here. We need scientific rigor.
Yeah.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
3.
It's our 3rd. What gave it away?
How do you know?
Your open discussions. You came around on that awful fast. Have you just been
That's
pretending to
true.
forget every time?
True.
I'm afraid not. Whatever other versions of me you've met in those other lifetimes were just that. Other versions of me. I just wish I'd been the first.
No, you don't.
So you knew how all this worked. Why didn't you ever tell us? We could have used it to our advantage. That's because there is no using it to your advantage. The more information you have, the harder it will be for you to succeed. You say that. But we didn't have to do anything last time. She slew herself.
True.
It was nauseating. Yes, she cut off her head. And now she's dead. And I doubt she'll be able to do much of anything from the grave. She cut off her head? Her head? Without you doing anything?
Yeah.
Yes. Then why, pray tell, are you here? Oh, I know that one. We killed ourselves.
Good job, here.
Why? Because you thought trying to stuff us away in a corner for eternity was a suitable reward. Was it not? What better reward is there than eternal bliss? You should have been happy. We weren't. We were bored. You were bored. I was just unhappy. There were still answers that we needed to find. It was actually working. And you killed yourself. I can't believe it. You ruined everything.
Yeah, we just ruined your happiness, buddy. You were the only one happy there.
How does us dying ruin everything? What aren't you telling us? The world doesn't stay saved if you die.
Obviously.
And if the world isn't saved, then that means she isn't dead. Oh, now isn't that interesting? I assumed she'd just be a pile of old bones. But perhaps she's not. There's only one way to find out. We should go see her.
Okay. Voice of the cold. Starting to catch on. It's raining. It wasn't raining last time, or the time before that. The whole path is different.
Yes, things are different, aren't they? If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time. Her influence? What's that supposed to mean? It means exactly what I said. Don't overthink it, or you run the risk of making your task so much more difficult than it has to be. And what is that supposed to mean? Forget I said anything. I've probably already made things worse, and I need to stop talking about this now before I definitely make things worse. Oh, come on, tell us your secrets. Haven't we been through enough? Don't we deserve to know?
True.
No.
Oh yeah.
Is there a reason it would be raining? If there is, it doesn't matter. If a bit of rain is the best her influence can conjure, then we have nothing to worry about. A drenched corpse is still a corpse.
Why? He's like a dead corpse. What happens if we don't go to the cabin?
She'll find a way out eventually and the world will still end. The only way this resolves is if you find her and slay her before that happens. We already know he wants us to slay her. Anything he says is tainted by his motivations.
True.
Turn around and leave, go to the cabin. I'm fine with either. So long as we don't just do the same thing again. That would be boring.
Well, I'm done with this. Bye.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Really? Well, whatever happens next, seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Might as well see this through. Interesting. She came out
I'm
herself.
sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, all right? What we do is entirely up to us. And we have all those mysteries to unravel. Isn't that right? You aren't here to solve a mystery. You're here to save the world. That's what you say. But how can we be sure? We can't be sure of anything except what's right in front of us. Okay, but we should care about the fate of the world. Why? Because we should. I don't know. It's important.
It is important.
Is it? Yes. I think. For all we know, the world you're talking about isn't even real. Of course it's real. Where do you think you are? Somewhere else?
Yeah?
Maybe we are. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await. soon as you enter the cabin, you're struck
my.
by an overwhelming scent of decay, of mold and death and stagnant water. The once
just the
stately
mirror.
wooden building is bloated,
There's no
its beams dripping with a black ooze of
door.
putrefaction, all but the exterior stone walls warped beyond recognition. It must have been beautiful once, but in its ruin, it is beyond repulsive. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the rotting wood of the wall. Is that her? It's like she isn't even there. See? We killed her.
Oh my.
You're right. Maybe she doesn't reset like us. She certainly doesn't look the same as she did last time. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room.
What door?
The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. It's just that damn mirror again. Yes, the mirror that he can't see. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Huh. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
It was in her. No.
Maybe it's gone because she already killed herself with it. But we had it with us when we died. And besides, everything else has reset. Why wouldn't the blade have reset too?
This is weird.
Maybe it's because we've already explored that avenue. We've seen what happens when we slay her. Maybe this place has decided we don't need to try that again. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
There is no door.
If this is anything like last time, the mirror will disappear as soon as we try and touch it. I'm sure the door is just behind it.
Right.
You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it.
It's just gonna make us look at ourselves, right? Then the voices all disappear instantly, maybe. Thoughts?
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's still so hazy. We should try and clean it off.
That's a bad idea.
Yes. Trying to touch it does seem to be the magic spell to get it out of our way. Maybe it won't disappear this time and we'll finally get a good look at ourselves. We should explore every option. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down.
Then we should explore our options. And then there was one option. There's only been one option.
Yeah, we can see it now. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things. No way left to go but down.
We go.
The door to the basement groans open. The air is foul and wet, so thick that you can almost feel it settle onto your skin in layers of grime. The stairs are coated with slimy algae, the wood rotted through in places, reeking of fetid vegetation. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadows, legs submerged up to her shins in dark waters. There she is again. Barely. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
I think we have a lot to talk
You
about.
receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? I don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed. She doesn't seem fully there. I'm not sure she's even capable of being upset.
You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A bloated body floating face down in slowly rising waters, her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the...
Hello? Hello? Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my roommate answered. That's cool. You just had to grab something. Anyway.
See? She's dead. She's not just dead. It looks like she's been rotting. So killing her does stick. Mostly. But if she's dead, then what are we supposed to do? She isn't dead. You clearly just believe she is. Her corpse is floating right in front of us. You can stop it with the mind games.
True.
If she's dead, then do we even have to do anything? How can she be a threat to the world like this? Your thoughts are cut short by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs.
Hi,
So
princess.
that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying, or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table. Yeah, this is tricky. But let's talk to her. See what kind of information she has that we don't. But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
What I did? After what you did. You cut off your head. We just left you in the basement.
You were supposed to take me with you. Didn't I ask you for help?
Did you ask for help? I can't remember. I didn't even kill you. You killed yourself.
But she doesn't answer your question. All she does is watch you in shadowed silence.
Hey, what the heck? We killed ourselves too. What do you want from us?
Do you hear that trickling sound? The water's rising, isn't it? It is, and it's rising fast. Oh, that's interesting. We've never drowned before. I wonder how it'll feel.
Yeah.
Bad, I bet.
Okay, we literally slit our throat last time.
I don't think dying ever feels good. Yes, how astute. Dying is bad and you should avoid it. How about you stop trying to talk to her and do something instead?
Maybe we could rush to the door.
The princess eyes you with a disaffected gaze as you rush up the stairs, but you don't make it past the first few steps. The door bursts open, a powerful wave of water crashing down towards you, and you're swept up in the flood. Your head slams into the basement wall. You come to a moment later, suspended in darkness, disorientated, only aware of the surface of the water and the emptiness above. And of course, the princess, hovering above you, watching in silence as you struggle to stay afloat in the icy depths. There's no way out. It's so dark and cold. I think our limbs are slowing down. How much longer can we do this?
Probably not very long.
Just keep breathing. We'll figure this out. Or we won't. It doesn't matter either way. But you don't have time to figure anything out. Something cold and clammy wraps around your ankle. You're dragged under, only able to take one last hopeful gulp of air before your head is plunged into the freezing depths. As you sink below the surface, you see it. Or rather, you see her. The body you found floating when you first arrived, its hand is locked around your ankle, the heavy chains pulling you both down into the unfeeling, suffocating nothingness. Just get it away from us, please. The past is the past. There's no changing it. There's nothing to fix.
There's nothing we can do here.
And there's not a lot we can do about the present either. Not unless we think like we should have been doing all along. But there is no thinking as you drown. You desperately try to pull yourself back to the surface again, and again, and again. Your icy limbs flailing desperately against the grip of her rotting corpse. And all the while her ghastly figure stares down at you, expressionless, as unfeeling as the weight around your ankle.
Your lungs filled with water, the same your mind filled with blood. In the end, we're not so different.
Brutal. Oh. There's nothingness. But your lungs don't fill. Nor will they ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I'm just gonna approach the mirror. Well, now we have cold with this. It's gonna be okay. Just trust me.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
Oh, I don't like that silence.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. You've withered. Once more, you find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is guarded sorrow. She saw herself as alone, but in the end had the courage to share with another. She will make for a deep heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally been heard.
Interesting. I'm gonna destroy my body now. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Where can we go back? Here we explored. Let's go back here real quick. Load this one. What if we just stay here forever, right?
That's great. Congratulations. You've earned it. More happy time passes, though
He's just saying things.
the voices' protestations, eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure...
Right, good ending, good ending.
No, you stop that. Stop all this nonsense.
You really don't want to be happy, do you?
You know what you have.
Sorry, we're not doing that. But I liked... No, yeah, sorry. But we're not doing that.
Don't apologize. I'm sorry.
Wait, why are you sorry? Your body lurches as your heart suddenly stops beating.
Whoa! Bro just stops.
Are you killing us?
You'll forgive me eventually.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
It turns out that it doesn't take too long to die after your heart stops beating. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
The gray. Again.
You're on a path.
Okay, this didn't lead
That
us
wasn't so bad.
anywhere.
And now we've got another chance to get to the bottom of things. Bit by bit, we're starting to unravel this place.
Back to here. How long has it been? Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Don't think we have any more time today. But yeah, next time we will take it from this route where we sit where we are told to sit instead of getting closer and having her kill us, essentially. Sound good? Okay. Let's see. What did we do today? Today we took the princess's head outside and we met with the Gray. This was not really what I wanted to see. I wanted to see happy endings. Is there even a happy ending? Doesn't feel like there has been any way to get a happy ending, really. So, it's unfortunate for this princess. But, yeah. We'll keep trying. We will put off slaying her for as long as possible. We really do not want to hit that slay the princess button. Unfortunately, she slew herself today. That's not on me, right? Like, how are we supposed to avoid that? Anyway. If you had a good time, hit the like button. If you want to stay for more, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Alright, bye everybody.